Greetings, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. So, it's been so long that I recorded any content, but I'm thinking about making this kind of content more often. So, let's see how it goes. So, enough talk there. Let me simply start our today's content. So if you are regular to my channel, then you might have seen a video where I showed you how you can install Coolify and make your own customized self-host thing where you can run any Docker container, you can host any database, you can host any website you want and everything almost using AWS. So a lot of people reached out to me that, hey, Fahim, you have showed us how to do that using AWS EC2. But what if I want to use Linode from Akamai Cloud or Headster? So today's video, I'm going to focus on how you can install Coolify properly in Akamai Cloud's Linode. So I'm going to show you how you can create a new instance in Linode and install Coolify in it, as simple as that. So this is the Linode page, linode.com. If you don't have any account in it, you can sign up for an account. I already have an existing account, so I am simply logging into that. So in AWS, we call the machine or virtual machine EC2 instance, but in Linode, we call those Linode. Okay, so if I want to create a virtual machine, what I need to do, I need to create a Linode instead. So this is Linode page. I can simply click on create Linode, or you can simply click create from here and select Linode. And you are seeing that they have other options as well, like if you want to create new image, Kubernetes, placement group, marketplace, uh, S3 compatible object storage, they call it bucket, and etc. Okay, so in the Linode creation page, uh, I have got a lot of stuff like OS, marketplace, stack script, images, backups, clone Linode. If we want to clone a virtual instance, then we can do that here. But today I'm not going to talk about that. So I'm simply clicking on OS. And I need to select a region first. And you have to keep in mind that all instances are not available for all the regions, and the pricing can change based on the region as well. So for me, let me check whether I have my necessary instance in Chicago, US Chicago, and I would recommend you to use the latest LTS release of the operating system. So I prefer the latest LTS release of Ubuntu, which is Ubuntu 24.04 by the time I'm recording this video in 2026. And here I see that they have dedicated CPU, shared CPU, high memory, and GPU. So when I am going over this Linode topic, let me tell you something more. So you see that some instances are not available in this region. The main thing is this is not available in this region, but if you need to access those, you have to change the region and see whether that is available to you or not. All right. So if you are on a tight budget and you need to make sure that you don't spend too much, but you are also sure that you are not going to do any kind of heavy lifting work there, you can simply go with shared CPU. So shared CPU is budget friendly and it's very cheap. For example, currently when I am recording this video, the cheapest one from the shared CPU segment of Linode 1 gigabyte takes roughly $5 a month, hourly 0.0075 uh, dollar. It has 1 GB of RAM and one virtual CPU, and block storage is 25 gigabyte, transfer is 1 terabyte, which is huge. But for now, I'm going to use dedicated CPU because I have got some, some promotion credit from Linode and I can simply use that. But let me tell you one thing, that this video is not sponsored by anyone. Okay, so I'm making this video just purely out of curiosity and to show you how to make it work. Okay, so in the dedicated CPU, I have some dedicated plans, but let me keep it as all in the filters, and I'm going with the cheapest one from the dedicated CPU. So this costs around 45 bucks a month, And it comes with 4 GB of RAM and 2 virtual CPUs and block storage of 41 GB, but transfer is 0 terabyte. Okay, I'm fine with that for now. And here I need to give it a label, so I'm gonna keep it as it is, Ubuntu US already. Okay, and you can select an existing tag, or if you want to create a new tag, you can do that here. For example, if I click on the tag, I see that I have N8N tag available, but let's say I want to add a new tag named Coolify, which is not available. But if I simply type it here, it's gonna give me a pop-up says create this tag. So I'm gonna simply click here and it's getting created. All right, placement group, I don't need any placement group right now. And root password, I need to simply add a password. So let me simply use this password for now. And here I need to provide an SSH key so that I can log in from terminal, right? So if you have any existing SSH key, you can simply select that. But if you don't have any SSH key placed here, you might need to add a new SSH key. So how you can do that? Let me show you. So for example, let's say you are trying to create a Linode from a computer and you want to log in from that computer's terminal. So you have to create a secured shell link with that Linode profile, right? So you have to make sure that you have generated a SSH key in that computer. So the thing that I like the most, I use GitHub's SSH docs. Okay, so here I go to generate new SSH key and adding it to the SSH agent. Because in my computer, I have already generated the SSH key and it's already included in my GitHub profile. So I can simply use that existing SSH key instead. So what I use, I simply go here and let me show you. Okay. Nope, not here. It's gonna be here, adding a new SSH key to your GitHub account. Yep, this one. So what I do is that, as I know, I have already generated the SSH key and I have already added that specific SSH key to the GitHub. So I can directly use that SSH key's public key directly in Linode instead of creating a new one, right? So I can simply get the SSH key's public key using that command. Or if you want, you can simply go to your that specific directory which contains the SSH key and you can simply copy that SSH key's public key. Keep in mind public key, not private key, and paste it here in this SSH public key box, and you can give it a label. And if you simply click add key, it's gonna get added in the Linode and you can reuse that whenever you want. Okay, disk encryption, encrypt disk, this is fine by me. Add user data, I don't need anything like that right now. Network connection, I want public internet. Why? So that it is available in the network and I get a public IP address so that I can log in from any network I want. Okay, and network interface type, Linode interface, which is recommended, I'm also fine with that. Public interface firewall, I'm not gonna create a firewall right now, but I might create some later videos to show you how to make those work, create your specific firewall, modify some things so that it can do the specific work you need to done. I will show you those in another video. And if you want to have backup, you can select those, but as this is only for showing you how to make it done, I'm not gonna do any backup things right now. And here they provide you the summary of what's it's gonna create for you. So Ubuntu US ORD, this is the Linode name. Yeah, Linode label. We call that Linode label, and we are using Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. And the region is US Chicago, Illinois, most probably. And yeah, everything's fine. So I can simply click on create Linode. Give it some time, it's gonna provision your Linode and it's gonna make sure that it starts perfectly fine. Okay, and here are the tags. Okay, give it some time. So the provisioning has been finished and our Linode is running. So if I want to access it, I have the public IP address. This is IPv4 and this is IPv6. and this is the SSH access, and this is the leash console via SSH. So I'm gonna go with this SSH access. If you're Windows, you can simply open your Windows terminal or Git bash. If you are Linux or Mac, you can simply use that uh, operating system's terminal. So I can simply copy and paste this command, that is completely fine, and hit the enter key. So it's gonna give you a prompt whether you really want to add it with your SSH key. I'm gonna type yes and hit the enter, and that's it. So before doing anything, what I want to do, I can simply update the system. So sudo apt update sudo apt update. All right, so it's giving me a prompt saying a new version of the configuration file is available, but the version installed currently has been locally modified. So what do you want to do about it? So I want to keep the local version currently installed right now, so I'm gonna go with this right now. All right, so we are done. Let me see whether htop is installed. Yeah, it's already installed by default. So that is good. Now I want to install Coolify. So I can simply search for Coolify self-hosted doc, self-hosted Coolify. And here I can simply copy and paste this command into the terminal and hit enter. So the installation has been successful. It is greeting me with the congratulations and the public IP. Okay, I'm not going to use this private IP, so I can simply access it using the public IPv4 address. So voila, we are there. So let me simply set up the configuration. It's done. Welcome to Coolify. Everything's fine. Let's go. Choose server type. Select where to deploy your application and databases. You can add more servers later. Remote server. SNR Cloud. I'm gonna go with this machine for now. Create my first project. I can simply skip the setup. Okay. I don't want the notifications to be enabled right now. Maybe next time. So that's pretty much it. Okay. If you want to add a specific domain or subdomain for your Coolify, for example, in my case, let's say I'm gonna go with coolify.fahmbinamin.com. You can add that subdomain here, and you have to make some changes in your DNS based on the records, and it will just work just fine. And let me see something like in the advanced section. Okay, updates, backup, transactional email. For transactional email, you need to set up the SMTP server. I'm not going to do that right now, but let me simply see whether I can deploy a normal static website directly. So I'm going to add a new project. Let me simply use something like rainy roof. Continue. Add resources. Okay. It's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna go with public repository because I don't want to include any private repository right now, because this video is just for a demonstration purpose only. So I need to provide the repository's public URL. So let me go with one of my public repository from here. Okay, let me choose this one, because I set it this name, right? So this is the public URL, and I'm gonna paste it here. Check repository. Okay, next spec. For the static site, it works fine out of the box. Port 3000. Is it a static site? Yes. Okay, this is just an static site. So continue. Okay, everything looks fine. I can change the name. I can add domain or subdomain if I want, but I don't need those right now. Advanced section. Environment variables, those are not needed because this is just a simple static site. So I can simply click deploy. All right, it seems like it gave us an error instead. So maybe the configuration has some faulty data. Okay. No, this is not from Alpine. Let me simply choose static instead. Let's see. Yeah, it's running. So we did a mistake earlier in the configuration. Okay, so links. Yeah, it's working. So you see how cool it is to run Coolify directly from a Linode. And let me check the resource usage. Yeah, it's pretty good because this is a dedicated instance, right? Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you have learned how you can deploy Coolify using Linode, and I will try to create more content more often. So if you are new to this channel and if you think that this kind of content might help you, then you can subscribe to the channel. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me in GitHub, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I will provide all of the links in the video's description down below. So that's it, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.